The only Haridah class. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam she'kol niyeh b'ro. Okay. As we alluded to downstairs, there are blessings that we make for all sorts of things in life. Rabotai, you ready? Akiva, you ready? You guys ready? Yeah? Okay, come. There are different blessings we make in life for different things. Yeah. Birkat HaGomel is facing this way. No, I'm joking. Birkat HaGomel, we say the Birkat Gomel on 4 things. And the way to remember it is Moshe Shulchan say. Remember this? Birkat HaGomel. What's the acronym? What's the word that reminds you? The Siman? B'chol ha'ayim yidu chasela. Remember? Hayim. So the 4 things are Midbar.
No.
Yeah. Isurim, which is jail. Yeah. So excellent, exactly. So 4 people have to make Berachat Gomel. Someone who was sick and got better, which we have to do another time because we had a whole debate with someone downstairs who just came back from being a week sick at home and he wouldn't say Gomel. And I told him, say Gomel, or Sfaradim. Sfaradim, say Gomel. If you were sick in bed, you say Gomel. We'll do this another time. Someone who traveled over the seas or went on an airplane. Someone who was in jail and released, which would be a hostage. Hostage is in jail. And the last one, speaking of the person, and the last one is someone who has traveled the deserts. All these people have to say Gomel, right, Nadav? Did we say Gomel, no? Okay. Very good. So the standard answer is 72 minutes. We'll talk about this later. We actually have a video of this online I can send you. We already did that. Okay, so the question that they wrote way back when was the Antabi thing? What year was Antabi?
1976.
76? אודות פדויי השם, חטופי המטוס ששוחררו במבצע יונתן מידי המחבלים ביוגנדה. ברוך פודה ומסיר, האם רשאים קרוביהם וידידיהם לברך ברכת הגומל על הצלת יקיריהם. This is found in the second book, yechave daat, Siman 25. So the people that were held captive in Uganda during the Entebbe rescue mission, do they make gomel? Do their families make a beracha upon their return? Everyone's excited to have them back. What do we do? In safek, there is no doubt. The people who got freed themselves for sure have to say gomel. They were in jail. They were in hostage. Al gi'ulatam v'akpidut nafshem. שאמרו חז"ל במסכת ברכות, 4 שליחים להודות, יורדי הים באוניות, כשעלו מן הים למקום יישוב, people who travel the seas, הולכי מדברות, כשיגיעו למחוז חפצם, people who travel the desert, מי שהיה חולה ונתרפא, someone who was sick and got better, ומי שהיה אפילו מחלה קלה, which we did before, ומי שהיה חבוש בבית האסורים ויצא, and someone who was locked up and was freed. וכן הפסק להלכה בשולחן ערוך, אורח חיים, סימן 219. ונתן סימן רבנו הטור, the סימן is, וכן רבה בשולחן ערוך, וכל החיים יודו חסלה. ראשי תיבות, חולה, ייסורים, ים, מדבר, the 4 guys. וברור שגם המשוחררים בכלל חיוב זה, obviously, if someone was a hostage and they were freed, they must say גומל to Hashem. The question is regarding their families and loved ones. It's a mahloket. Ramban Nachmanides says in the Sefer Torah Adam, only a student, the Ramban Nachmanides says with an N, says you make gomel when your Rebbe is freed. But another person, you cannot bless for your friend who was freed gomel. Maybe a shechianu, like we said separately. If you didn't see your friend for 30 days, then you have shechianu blessing if you're really, really happy, which we'll talk about in a second. But gomel, no. Says the Bet Yosef, which is Ma'anash Haruch, שאין האדם רשאי לברך הגומל, אלא על רבו שנתרפא מחוליו, וכתומה. אבל למי שאינו לבו, אפילו הוא חביב עליו כנפשו, כגון אשתו שילדה ונתרפאה, אינו מברך הגומל על רפואתה. A student in a Rebbe has a higher level than a husband and a wife, says the Bet Yosef. Even if a husband is so happy that his wife gave birth healthy, no. V'im birech, if you make the beracha anyway because your wife had a baby, let's say, and everything was good and healthy, yesh lig'od bo, she'efshar shi beracha lebatala ad kan. This is the words of the Bet Yosef. You should yell at the person and say, hey, reprimand him. And say, don't make gomel for somebody else. That person makes beracha gomel. You don't make gomel. Ve'omram, harama, for Moshe Isilis. B'darchei Moshe katav b'shem Rabbi Shea Haron, he says, Shirashai Adam leberech gomel al kilovo ve'ohavo shu ko'ev alav v'sad lo b'sarato. The Rama says, if you have someone that you're related to or you're very close with, and when they're in distress, you're in distress, and you really, really, really feel for that person, the Rama, Ashkenaz, says you can make a bracha gomel for that person.
Or if you say for yourself, you could be mesakeh.
Obviously, yeah. Yeah, obviously with this bracha, it's just like anything. If we're all going to eat an apple, I can say, it's for everyone. So the same thing, gomel. One guy could do it for everyone. The Rama who wrote this in Darchei Moshe, in the Shulchan Aruch, he wrote the same thing. If you make a blessing for your friend, it's not a beracha lebatala. I'm only blessing because I'm so happy for you. So mahloket, Ramban says you can't do it for your friend. Rama says you could do it for your friend.
But he adds
you have to be sameach. You have to be really, really feeling for this person. The Bach says the same thing. And it's brought also in the Sefer in Maharash Dorean Besof Shut HaTashbats, and in the Sefer that we always quote Bet Yehuda Ayash. Ulam, however, Hagaon Baal Eliyah Rabbah, the Eliyah Rabbah writes, it seems that the Rashba agrees with the Bet Yosef. And so says David Abu Darham that you only do it for a Rebbe. Means so therefore, when you're in doubt, you don't bless. You don't bless when you're in doubt. Sometimes you're not in doubt. Sometimes they're not in doubt. It's not always a doubt, Habibi. If you're going to eat an apple, that's not a safek. You eat the apple.
Well, could you repeat the part about the doubt?
Yeah, since it's a mahloket, the shonim, and a hanonim, whether you can make a beracha for a friend, safek berachot le'akel. Yeah, he's taking a shot at me about the sick thing. Black and white Shulchan Aruch says if you're sick, you go to and you fall in bed because you're sick. It doesn't say for a month. If you're sick and you went to bed, you had to be in the bed because you were sick. When you get up, you say, thank you, Hashem, you're alive. Let's see. Siman Resh Yod Tet. There's this wonderful Shulchan Aruch that donated by Moshe Salim with all the kerachim over there, right there on the top. 219. V'chen pasak b'shut Mahara means the Chida. The Chida says that his grandpa, Rabbi Azulai, the Chida's grandpa, agrees that you don't make the blessing for a friend. If you check also the Nishmat Hayim Abu Lapaya and the Sefer Kitab Yosef. V'lachin says it's very short siman. V'lachin hayikar lehorot, the real way to teach, the proper way to teach people. כדברי מרן הבית יוסף, שאין לברך הגומל על חברו וקרובו, שנתרפא או ניצל מן סכנה. You cannot bless if your friend is freed as a hostage. Even if the hostage was your best friend, you don't make gomel for that person. שכלל גדול בידינו, ספק ברכות בהקל. When you're not sure, you don't bless. No, according to the Rama, yes. According to the Rama, who is a great Ashkenaz posek, yes. According to the Bet Yosef, Sfaradi posek, no. Okay. Ulam, however, Karov or Habed, a very close relative or a friend, that didn't see this person for 30 days, which applies to our hostage cases. They've been gone 50 days. So if you didn't see the person for 30 days, Vehu Habib alav me'od, and the person is very dear to you. Vehaya harad l'shalamo. I pronounced that right. Hared. you're really, like a harada,
Fearful as well.
anxious and fearful that he should be okay. Yeah, anxious. כשרואה אתה מברך על שהחיינו. You don't make gomel for the person. You make שהחיינו for that person. So when the hostage comes back, the hostage should say gomel. As soon as they reach safety, they should say gomel, or in front of 10 people, I guess, by the Torah. And the people, the relatives and the friends, when they see them, if they're really habib, now the whole Am Yisrael is going to say the habib to the people. It could be, but you have to have a relationship with the person. You have to be really bisimhat this person's back. You make she'chiyanu. Like we say in Berachot, if you didn't see a person for 30 days, you get she'chiyanu, but it's only someone who's for she'chiyanu or gomel. She'chiyanu, no 10 people. Yeah, gomel is 10 people. Not for she'chiyanu. She'chiyanu, not gomel. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Women are people too, but yes. She'chiyanu is not, like Mordechai is saying, she'chiyanu is not. Look, Shulchan Aruch 225, who says she'chiyanu. Even though these days you don't see people walking around saying, "Hey, buddy, she'chiyanu, hold on." You don't see people blessing she'chiyanu. And the reason is shehoil v'chayom keleh hitkasherot. No, keleh hitkashoret. Connect, technology, connect, phone calls, telephones, communication. Meshuchlalim me'od. Are very advanced.
Yeah.
I'm getting better every day. Umestama yodea hetev sheshalom ha'lechabero. You know your friend is okay because you saw him on FaceTime, you saw him on Facebook, you saw him on Instagram, you saw him. Someone told you about him. I feel loda apanav. You don't have to see a person to know he's okay. So these days you wouldn't have to bless. Like the Hida writes in Bekei Yosef, B'Shem Mar Zikano, I want to be Abraham Azulai, like his grandfather. Shim omed im habero b'kishre michtavim ve'odea sheshalom lo. If you have a letter correspondence, pen pals with someone, so you know they're fine, then you don't have to make she'chiyanu because you know it's okay. And so says the Ben Ish Chai as well. And the Lekudei Mahariach, he writes, "Sheminhag ha'olam le'akel be'beracha zu, mishum shetzarich liyot habero ha'habib alav beyoter." He says another reason why people don't do this beracha these days is because the person has to be not just a friend, it has to be a best friend. You have to really, really love the way the Gemara I think says is your heart is filled with joy when you see this person. That's the person you make she'chiyanu on. V'sameach bo b'riyato. What is this? Some sort of a phrase. Ume'en mapis mi nikra ke'et ume'en uman mapis mi nikra ke'et habiro habiro. Who's able to define who's such a friend to this person that your whole body is happy? Shibizmanenu areba kol simcha. These days we're not as happy with people as we used to be. Ve'en adam sameach b'habiro. There's not best friends like they used to be. This is the words of the Likutei Mahariach. Make your own decision, he says. If you feel this person makes you happy, make she'chiyanu. I've personally done it 3-4 times in my life. I live far from my parents. I live far from my Rosh Yeshiva. Yeah, but she'chiyanu, if it makes me so happy, it makes me so happy. I've done it a few times. In our case, since the hostages, again, this is about the Entebbe hostages. He didn't come back to life and write about these days, but it's about Entebbe. Since the hostages were in sakana nefashot, it was a dangerous life and death situation. Everyone was so anxious and fearful about their well-being. There's no doubt that everyone is filled with joy when they see the return of the hostages. Therefore, if it was 30 days since they were held captive, you should make she'chiyanu on them with Hashem's name. Baruch atah Hashem, Elokeinu melech haolam, she'chiyanu v'kiyemanu v'yigyalu l'zaman hazeh. So the bottom line halakha is, and this will apply today as well, The hostages themselves, when they're returned, they make a beracha gomel. Hagomel hayavim tovot. The relatives and the friends of these people, when they see them, they make shehiyanu with Hashem's name, both berachot. Now, I was talking with Moshe before. I haven't seen any videos from Israel. Maybe you guys have seen. I haven't. Of the shehiyanu parties or the gomel parties. Have you seen? I haven't seen any of this. Are they happening? I haven't seen any shehiyanu parties.
I think when I'm not 100% sure, but fairly sure that when the airplanes arrived from Entebbe and they opened the doors, there were rabbis there reciting Shehecheyanu.
Yeah, I'm talking about now.
They were coming down.
Right, I'm talking about now. Now, Friday was the first one, and Shabbat. It would be very quick for us to get a video, but I'm assuming the rabbis there are working. Right.
Not only that, they're keeping these kind of private because they don't know their physical and mental condition. It's a little bit more difficult.
I do think personally, selfishly, I think it will be a really big inspiration for all of us if we saw, like, imagine Gomel, like Moshe had an idea, one person get up, one of the hostages, now there's 13 every day. Imagine one get up and everyone answers, Amen, HaGomel HaYivim Tovot, and then a relative gets up and says, Shehiyanu v'kiyamanu v'yelu zaman hazeh. It could be a huge inspiration. I'm sure the rabbis there know what they're doing. They're bigger rabbis than me. But I think it would be very nice. So if you see these videos, Friday and Saturday, so it's close. But are they home yet? Are they home? Okay, so I'm sure we'll see it soon. When they come home, they go to shul. You can't do it Shabbat. Monday they'll go to shul. Thursday they'll go to the Torah.
Pick and choose who they're going to pick. And
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We're not justifying that. But we want the inspiration. I want the inspiration. And so I think it would be nice if anybody sees Shehiyanus or this halakha happening, send the video.
Once you see them,